disrespectful horse will work is that he who moves his feet first loses. So if he comes into me and I step back from him, he's like, ha ha, I just won. And that's all herd hierarchy and the way they operate in the herd. If I stand here and make him move, then I'm the boss.
Ah, okay.
But this is a whole new ball game for him. And because he likes to be a little spoiled and sassy, he's going to push the envelope a little bit. So he may, like right in there, have a little temper tantrum and start getting bronky because he's being made to really listen. So I stand at his shoulder and my hand's this way because I'm kind of like this, and he's the long part of the triangle, because if I have to, I'll use this to drive his hip to make him go faster.
Oh, use that. Okay, I was
But
using...
if you're up here, or if you're way back here, he can take off or go backward.
Because his eye's supposed to be seeing you, right? In contact with you.
Yeah, and see, so watch here. See that head tipping away?
Yeah.
He's like, F you, I'd rather go back to the start.
Right.
So, and that is, but you have to, you know, you got to have some timing to correct him, but not be too harsh. No. There you go. So, horses know exactly where to place their feet. They know exactly what they're doing. So when he goes to step on your toe, or like your husband's toe this morning, he knows exactly what's going on.
Oh.
So that is never okay. They know, because they're a prey animal, they know exactly where all 4 feet are at all times and exactly where they're putting it. So even the back feet. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask him to stand. Ho. Ho. And to have his attention, his head should not go past that side of his chest or that side of his chest. So then I'm going to go to the bad side. So can you see his front foot, how he's a little bit limpy-gimpy?
Yeah.
Kind of walks stiff?
Yeah, yeah.
So that may be why he doesn't like to go to this side. He's not bending, he's not, see that?
Yeah.
If he was comfortable on this side, he would have more of an arc of the circle in his body.
Uh-huh. Oh, I see. Yeah, I see it. In his thighs.
And this all could be because he's overweight and out of shape. So that's his front foot. There. So I'll make the circle a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and this ground's extremely
Hard
because I can't even walk on it now.
It's hard. Right. So if I have to, I stay at his shoulder. On my hand, giving him the freedom to go, like I've opened the door in the front.
Oh.
But I've got my hand back here, driving him just slightly from his hip, because the motor's in the back end.
Oh.
And he's doing it because he's had an issue with going this direction, and because I know he's sore, this is all I would do with him for right now. So he's done a great job. He doesn't like going this direction. He did it for me. So now I'm going to disengage his hip. Have him face me.
Oh, I see how you did that.
All
yeah.
good. And then he gets to stop. And then having him right here in front of me this is his safe place. This is his safe place. So I'm going to make it nice and comfy. There's no pressure, but he's got to stay right here. And I don't mean up in my personal space.
Right.
Just right here, and he's got to stay with me. Good boy. So when you lunge him, do his easy side first. And then when you switch, you know, then go to the other side.
Okay.
And hopefully you can get it.
Yeah, and the other thing is that that's better. I was letting the lunge rope out too far.
Yeah, well see, every horse, we have to give a release of pressure as a reward. So if he's done something correctly, then the release of pressure is giving him more line.
Oh.
So if he's being well behaved in that small circle and he's listening, then I'm going to let the lunge line out maybe just a couple feet.
Oh, okay.
And then he's got to work properly at that length. And then if he's nasty again, then I'm going to pull him in close and I put more pressure on him.
Okay.
Not beating, and it doesn't have to be all that, just more pressure.
Right.
And then when he's good again, eventually you can let him all the way out.
Right.
But if he gets all the way out to the lunge line, the end of the lunge line, and keeps turning in and facing you, that's just because he's like, yeah, I'm done. So what are you going to do about it? And then what winds up happening is then you'll kind of run to his side to try to keep pushing him, and then he winds up lunging you instead of you lunging him.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to work with him.
Once he's got that figured out, you have to keep him close and keep driving him, because otherwise he'll just keep reverting back to the same little tricks.
Right.
I have a little horse that he's figured out how, with that flat halter, there's no bite to it. It's all just, he can just push against it and it doesn't hurt him, it doesn't correct his head, nothing. So I have a little horse that I'm working with now who's learned he can just tip his head out, get straight out of the circle, he's not bent anymore, tip his straight out, his head straight out, and then run. And then all of a sudden his butt is right here to you, and then he's got all the power in the world to just take off.
Oh my God.
So then once they learn that, he only did it twice with that little girl one day, and then after that, now it's a habit that we have to break. So all this, like the licking and chewing, don't bite me. The licking and chewing is like he's thinking, okay, I'm thinking about this. I'm not really liking it, but I'm thinking about it. But this is what you want for Carly. This. Not high-headed and what are we doing and you know what I mean? This is the kid's horse. And he doesn't have to get all sweaty, and you're not running the energy out of him, you're getting him to listen.
Listen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we just need to check back in with them before she gets on and right.
Okay.
Be safer.
Well, maybe next Tuesday after her lesson?
Yeah. I want you to do that, like figure out a soft spot. You know, even if, make sure you don't step in that hole.
Oh,
even
I know.
If you just simply took that manure and spread it out, even to a half circle, you can just lunge him right there, because what'll happen is he wants to keep going back to his stall.
Right.
So keep looking that direction, right?
Right.
If you actually lunge him right there and make him work in that area, then that won't be so appealing. Then you can walk him out here and stand him and let him rest here. He's like, okay, I'm kind of thinking that's work, and out here is relaxation.
Okay.
So, you know?
So put the manure.
Yeah, just start when you clean
right
the stalls, just start taking the manure and just put it, you saw how small my circle was.
Yeah.
Just take and put it right here. The only problem is you're going to have to be mindful of that hole.
We can fill the hole.
Because, yeah, fill up that hole, then you don't have to worry about if he decides to zip that way, he either doesn't drag you into the hole or he himself doesn't fall into it.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're thinking like right in here?
Yeah, where you take the manure,
Okay.
right from the gate right there, and just start spreading it in a circle.
Now, does this need to be graded more flat?
No,
it
it'll
can be a
actually make
hillside.
him work harder.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll have a little hill.
Okay.
And then just start, like this manure right here, just start making it into a circle.
I'll do that.
Right in here. And then every morning, take and throw your manure out, you know, where you can just create a circle for him.
Perfect.
I have a trailer full in there.
Perfect. So do that, and he'll appreciate that so much more, because starting to ride him again, we just want him to be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know, if he's a little bit sore-footed for right now, we just butte him before we exercise him.
What does that mean?
A little bit of grain, a little like horsey Advil.
Okay.
Will help
okay.
his feet.
Got you.
He'll be fine.
Horsey Advil?
Yeah, yeah. I have some of that. It's called Butte. You just give him 2 tabs, and then it just helps with their
Oh, I might have some of that.
yeah. And then just butte him a little bit. But he's gonna be awesome. It's just we need to get the kinks out just a little bit. Huh.
So Carly, you'll take your lesson on Monday, and then maybe Tuesday, do you
Yeah.
want to come over with Becky here?
And then after Grandma's done her homework with him, then we'll see how he's going. Okay? Because it's going to take a little bit. You don't want to ride a little bronky, sassy horse. That's no fun.
And she'll have the saddle all whatever conditioned, or
yeah, we'll get that taken care of.
Everything will be
I'll
all-
get you the stuff you need.
Yeah.
to have the
Whatever's
saddle put
good
together.
for